Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. The Prank. Just saw the movie The Prank. Should you go see it? Should you go not? I'm going to actually say probably not. I don't think many people would like this movie. I think some might. I think the person who might like this movie, perhaps a high school kid who has not seen a bunch of other similar movies that are better. For instance, Heathers is probably the king of this type of film. And I suppose you could put things like Mean Girls maybe in the same ballpark, and I'm sure there's others. There are others of like the dark and edgy high school movie. There's always one or two a year. And this one, I don't know. I mean, it's another one of these, the teacher is evil, and let's frame the teacher for murder, and then, oh my God, they really are a killer. Spoilers, by the way. So, the biggest thing about this movie, I would say, personally, it was nice to see a former acting teacher of mine, really great guy, Barry Primus, had a kind of a cameo, a prolonged cameo, I guess you'd say, as the husband, George Wheeler. Barry's a great acting teacher and great actor, and someone I know personally. So I hate to, shit all over this movie, but that's just the integrity that I have. I'm just going to tell you what Christ, I dropped the goddamn phone. Jesus. I'm just going to tell you what I thought. I'm not going to hold back, okay? So, Rita Moreno is the new Betty White. I mean, that'll probably be my little fucking thumbnail for this review. I don't know how old Rita Moreno is. I'm not counting. But for a couple of years, 80 for Brady, I thought that was fairly decent. And she's done some other movies. I believe she was in the remake of West Side Story. And there was like another movie of like 4 senior citizen ladies, like the book club or the whatever the fuck. I think it was her and Diane Keaton. I think it was Rita and Jane Fonda were like in 2 of these movies together with 2 other ladies of age and wisdom. In any event, as you can see, I'm tired. It's just the movie drained me. So let's talk about it. Why exactly? I think The Prank, and for some reason, I was called to go see this movie. There was something telling me that I would enjoy this movie. I don't know what it was. But, it turned out I really didn't. It felt like the movie was too dark to be funny and too funny to be dark. One of those deals. Like the movie kind of had an identity crisis. Are we supposed to be laughing? Are we supposed to be afraid? The teenage angst crap, we've just seen it a million times. Also, the lead relationship between the 2 leads, it was a weird thing because it's like that nerdy lead guy type of character. Then he's got like the platonic female friend who has every characteristic. She's a computer nerd. She's funky. She says what's on her mind. She's artsy. Like every fucking friend characteristic you can throw. Dare I say, she's Asian. Like everything you can throw at this character. And then I'm kind of thinking, okay, are they going to romanticize, like, through the trials and tribulations of this film? Are these 2 young characters going to discover that they have deeper feelings for each other? That might have helped the movie. That never happened. I thought that was a little weird. Like, at times, these young people are put through all these stressful situations. They're not going to have at least a stress kiss. Like, oh, we're so stressed out that we hug and kiss. And then, oh, no, we're better off as friends. There was nothing, lack of chemistry. But it wasn't even the actors. It was the movie. That the characters had a lack of goddamn chemistry. So, I don't know. And then the whole whatever the fuck. I don't know. Everyone in this high school is afraid of this teacher, Mrs. Wheeler. I don't know. I think our world, or these people that make these films, do you mind? They have issues with teachers. I mean, now you put on fucking YouTube and you see like these high school kids, these even middle school kids and younger are punching teachers, yelling at teachers. Teachers are fighting back. Then here in this great state of Florida, you have like these 24-year-old female teachers fornicating with their students, getting pregnant by them, all these things. What's wrong with our society when it comes to teachers these days? It's just bizarre. So I guess this movie's a reflection of that. But does it help the situation or does it compound it? I don't know, folks. Maybe I saw this movie at the wrong time of day. It's a Sunday. It's 8 o'clock at night. Maybe I should have seen it on a Friday night at 11 or some such thing. But this is when I saw it. The theater was nice and big, okay? There was 2 other people in the theater. You know, I'll be honest, I did doze off at one point. I woke up, didn't miss anything. They did have a janitor character. Here's an interesting little side fact, if you care. When I got to this theater, I parked my vehicle, right? And I parked my vehicle, and then in front of me is an empty spot where no car was. And I couldn't pull into that empty spot because there's like a big telephone pole, like a light pole, which is providing the ambient light of which we're enjoying this video right now. But then this vehicle pulls in to the spot in front of me. It looks like a work van. It says Pool Works. The guy just put his lights on, in case you're wondering. And this is 2 hours ago or 2.5 hours ago when I came in to see this movie. And then the guy across from me is just sitting there in his fucking vehicle for 10 minutes. As I'm sitting here, I was having a steak and burger, like a steak and shake burger, having a pre-movie meal. That's a good thing to do, folks. Like, if you try to slip in a pre-movie meal so you don't have to go into the movie theater hungry. No offense to the theaters. I never quite trust the food in there. The prices are jacked up. But even, like, if you're really hungry for sustenance, it's hard to get a good sustenance out of a movie theater meal. Maybe the pizzas, you know what I mean? But it's just some frozen fucking pizza, some gawky 17-year-old child put in a fucking oven for 4 minutes. So I'd rather go to the fast food drive-thru nearby, get my sustenance before the movie, and then go see the movie on a full stomach. A lot of men's room activity in there tonight. I visited the men's room. And, like, as soon as I walk in, there's some guy using the fucking urinal. And he looks at me like I've got a goddamn problem. It's like, asshole, I'm just here to do my thing. I'm not interested in you and your goddamn penis. I got my own to worry about, you fuck. So anyway, it's just too many people in the goddamn world is what it comes down to. So I'm doing my thing. I'm watching this movie. I'm trying to stay awake. And the movie is just, I don't know, the lead character had curly hair. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust high school characters that have curly hair. No offense if there's anyone out there with curly hair. But curly hair, it should be like a side characteristic. Like the friend has curly hair. Not the lead guy. You know what I mean? Moving forth, I don't know. Just... Then it's like a whole thing in the spoilers. Decapitated fucking heads. I mean, that's what I said. It's too dark to be funny. Too funny to be dark. We got like the fucking Rita Moreno character, Mrs. Wheeler, has a whole fucking collection of decapitated heads. Where's the joy in this? The lady from... I can never remember the character's name. From, like, the redheaded lady from The Office is in this thing. I always... like when I see people from The Office have a job, you know, besides Steve Carell and the tall guy. It's nice to see these people are still working because, like, you know, it's nice. But here she is, you know, in this catastrophe of a film. What else? Okay. At the end of the movie, you ever go to one of these, and for the independent filmmakers out there, you've probably experienced this nonsense. When you go see, like, the 48-hour film festival, if you ever go to that train wreck of a weekend, And everybody who makes a fucking movie feels inclined to show their bloopers at the end credits. I'm going to show, this side of the fucking screen with the rolling credits, but to entertain your ass while you're reading these credits you don't give a shit about, here's a little box of bloopers. Because the movie was so fucking good, we know what you'd really like to see is a bunch of scenes that didn't make the final cut. Because fucking the prank was so entertaining that you're fucking sleeping in the theater with 2 other people in the theater. We know that you need more of this abuse. So here's a bunch of fucking takes where the actors giggled and somebody said the wrong word. Wow. Entertaining. I mean, just what the fuck? The most self-congratulatory shit. So that's one of the hallmarks of a movie that's not well executed. When they feel like they have to give you more entertainment on the way out the door. Like, we know you really didn't enjoy this movie, but we enjoyed making it. And here's all our goddamn bloopers. Thanks. I don't give a shit, okay? If the movie was good, I wouldn't need to see the bloopers. You would end on a nice boom, and then I'd leave. I mean, it's become a real crutch, not only of these Marvel movies and these DC goddamn universe movies, but all these movies that need to give you a little bumper, a little send-off. You sit through the goddamn credits. Oh, I wonder if there's a bonus scene. Christ. So, in this one, there is. So if you suffered through the prank for 2 hours, then you get to suffer through more of it. I mean, God in heaven. And none of the bloopers are particularly funny or insightful. They're just horseshit bloopers. The worst blooper fuck thing of all time, I think, I want to say it was... I don't think it was Get Shorty. I think it was the sequel to Get Shorty 20 years ago. Danny DeVito and all those fucks that were famous back then. What the hell was it called? Stay Smart or Stay Fast or Stay Sane or whatever the fuck. The sequel to Get Shorty, like they do the blooper reel, and cell phones were like the new hot thing at the time, like whatever year this was. And at the end of the movie, like, they show Danny DeVito putzing around the set, and then in character, and then suddenly his phone rings, and he gets all excited because his phone rang, and he answers it. I'm making a movie! Who gives a shit? These self-congratulatory fucks, okay? So anyway, I didn't like the prank. Like I said, I was happy to see my buddy there, Barry Primus, still doing this thing. And Rita, like I said, part of the ailment of being an actor is sometimes you get shitty roles, and to her credit, she's had a couple of good ones recently. The 80 for Brady was decent, and whatever the fuck the other one is, The Book Club or whatever the fuck. But this one, no, I don't think so. Don't think so, folks. If there was any standout in this thing, it was probably the friend, the aforementioned artsy computer nerd friend character lady. She was pretty good. The lead guy, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing, folks. To carry a movie as a lead character, you really have to be quite fucking good. You have to be like someone the audience wants to hang around with for a couple of hours. And that's a tough job. Okay, and I don't know if this young gentleman is equipped for that in the future with a better film or a different film. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But this one, like I said, I'm making a rare thing here. What I can't think of anyone that would particularly enjoy this film unless you're like the edgy, high school kid who hates everything. And you haven't seen Heathers, and you haven't seen, Mean Girls, and you haven't seen all these other things that are a lot better. There was, I believe, 10 years ago, maybe 15, there was like a movie called Killing Miss Tisdale or some shit, where like a bunch of, high school girls like abducted their teacher. Vague memory of this. So I could be wrong, but I'm having a vague memory of some Killing Miss Tingle or whatever the fuck. Not to be confused with the original title of the Saved by the Bell. I have been enjoying this YouTube series, Zach Morris's Trash. I don't know if you fine folks have seen that channel or whatever the fuck. It is humorous. I do tune it in. Whoever they is, some asshole takes these old Saved by the Bell episodes and he kind of remixes them and puts a slant where he explains how evil of a person the character of Zach Morris was, which is humorous. When this movie ended, I could have gone to see another movie. Like the timing was right. I could have gone over to see the new Historical Society of American Negroes, I believe it's called. Their title, not mine. I thought of thinking of doing that, but look, I'm so fucking word tired here. I can't even speak because this movie was this whatever the fuck, the prank just drained the life out of me. So that's it, folks. So anyway, your buddy Mike Messier, One Man at a Camera Films. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, what else? One Artist Mike Messier. If you want to see my wonderful artwork. This channel has my movie reviews, a few other things, life rants. And for the pro wrestling fans out there, one pro wrestling and sports fan, there was just this couple going to their vehicle, and the woman was very exaggerated with her hand gestures, and the man was just like, okay, I got to listen to this all night. So that's it, folks. Good night. MikeMessier.com. Go buy my books. Blah, blah.